Hello, my 17th century milestone is about a change in education. 22 years after the Puritans arrived at the New World, they passed a law that changed the way that they would assess their students. This law stated that parents and masters of apprentices were required to check their students periodically to ensure that they were being taught in the correct manner. 5 years later, they passed a law called the Massachusetts Law of 1647, also known as the Old Doulers Satan Law. This way, the Puritans could try to prevent Satan's trickeries with readings from the Scripture, otherwise known as the Bible. This law required two things. Each household of 50 Each town of 50 households must elect a day of reading and writing teacher, and each town of 100 households must provide a Latin grammar school. And this Latin grammar school would prepare the youth for the university. Latin grammar schools were one of the first schools to be known in the school education system. The first one, was in Boston, Massachusetts, and it was a private school that was exclusive for only wealthy white males. Boys between the age of 7 to 14 were charged with high tuition fees, and it was similar to the classical schools of Europe. The following year, Harvard was established, and this became the first college in American history, and it was known as the Puritans' Jewel. So the Puritans had a very big effect on the education system. Who benefited from the Latin grammar schools in the 1600s and 1700s? Mainly wealthy white boys. And what did these schools do? They prepared the boys to be men for college. And the schools adopted a classic curriculum that included Latin and even some Greek. These schools reflected a belief system that the beginning of civilization was reached within the Roman Empire. The Latin grammar schools were connected to the colony's European roots. This was a major milestone in our education system. Although it was mainly white men that were benefiting from the school, the future will hold more possibilities. Here is one artifact that I will show you about the Latin grammar school. This is the crest of the Latin Grammar School in Boston, Massachusetts.